domestic assault investigation, which quickly turned into a man barricading himself inside one of these units with a newborn baby. Now I'm going to move out of the way to show you what we're looking at. You can see this warehouse right here is still engulfed in flames. It is a big deal, and I'm going to show you why it is. Look at all these people inside here. We've got a bunch of customers. Therapists can even separate this gym into two separate spaces using this movable wall here. This helps when they have to work with patients that sometimes get easily distracted. They're little boys. These four little boys are out here fishing, and they are absolutely adorable. Just look at them. They are so into it. Yeah, they know I'm talking about them right now. The yield checks involve 3 officers. One officer functions as a spotter. This used to be a front door leading into a living room, but as you can see, this living room is now destroyed. They sent officers over here to Affordable Towing for a burglary, and people that work over here are fed up.
Reagan Di Trolio is in Wright County with that woman's long road to recovery.
Lamb hit me right here. You can see I've got a scar where the lamb hit me.
Patty Hightower's leg was severely injured after storms pummeled Hartville in the middle of March. Her husband Wade says when they heard tornado sirens ringing, they ran next door where her neighbors were already taking cover.
I go up to the door. I knock on the door about 3 times. Nothing. I hit the doorbell, nothing. I tap on the window, nothing. And I look around, and the tornado's on us.
Miss Patty's life changed forever right here in her neighbor's driveway. She says her life flashed before her eyes, sitting right here in the passenger seat of their car.
Well, I've got Mocha, and she's sitting up here, you know. When it went to hailing, I just kind of turned over to my side to shield her in case it came through the windshield. I wasn't even thinking about a tree. And then all of a sudden, I heard sound like a shotgun going off in the car, and then pain in my leg.
Patty says she still has some tissue damage where the limb entered her leg, and she may never regain feeling in certain parts.
I thought it was our time. I really did. I thought we was just going to go.
Well, at the time I did too,
Yeah.
but it's after fact.
But I'm like, nope, wasn't our time.
Those trees right there, that was evidence of it. There was a whole line of trees that was laying this way.
After Wade rushed Patty to the hospital and the storm was finally over, the couple says the community came out in support.
Friends from all around Hartville and this area was here helping us, and they was also down helping where we were at.
And although Patty is still healing, the couple says they're just blessed it wasn't worse.
This could have been devastating. I know she's hurt, but I know she's alive.
Reporting in Hartville, I'm Reagan Di Trolio, KY3 News.
He was a bright kid. He had a bright future.
The family of a 16-year-old native is grieving tonight after he was killed in St. Louis. Good evening, I'm Frances Watson in for Rob Macco tonight. 16-year-old Daniel Stahl was run down by a man involved in a fight who drove onto the sidewalk. Reagan Di Trolio joins us live in the newsroom with the kind of person Daniel was and the family's push for justice. Reagan.
Francis, St. Louis police say Daniel was ran over with a car driven by McDonald's. Today, I talked with his family who say they are anxiously waiting to bring Daniel back home here to Springfield.
Not the same without him.
Carol Kidd and her family are devastated after her 16-year-old son, Daniel Stahl, was killed near downtown St. Louis on Sunday. Authorities say he was hit by a car driven by George McDonald III. He's charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in death.
I wanted to see him graduated high school. I can't do that now. He can't have kids now. He can't get his driver's license. He can't get a car.
Daniel's aunt, Charlene Widener, says she couldn't believe her nephew was really gone.
I didn't know the full extent until I got here, and that's when I realized that Daniel had been killed.
Daniel's hometown was Springfield, but his sister Danielle Kidd says he visited family in St. Louis almost every weekend.
You didn't think that was going to be the last time you saw him?
No. Mm-mm. I thought he was going to come home Sunday morning. So I'm like, he's 16 years old.
He's too young.
Yes, too young to be gone.
Now his mom, aunt, and sister are reminiscing about who Daniel was.
He's a funny kid. He made everybody laugh.
He was there for everybody, you know, even if you didn't know him. He could be a pain in the butt sometimes, but, you know, he he was really outgoing. He made everybody laugh.
He had the biggest smile on his face. He loved to crack jokes.
His family also says Daniel was vibrant and loud, but in the best kind of way.
It's just so quiet without him here.
I'm not ready to say my final goodbye.
He was a sweet, fun-loving kid. And he had so much to look forward to. And it was all taken away.
Daniel's mom, Carol, tells me on Monday her son's body will be brought back here to Springfield, his hometown, so the family can say their final goodbyes.